Welcome to AusNZ Combined Racing League's replay of race round 2, I should say, at Velocita for the Brazilian 2009 Stock Car Series. And we have two races at this round at Velocita. We have the first that we're seeing now is going to be the sprint race for a 20-minute plus 1 lap race. And we'll have a look at the track map before we start. So you can see here at Velocita, it's a 3.3 kilometre circuit with 15 turns, and the first sector is a very tricky uphill little run up to the top of the timing point of sector, either the start of sector 2, and then you're up higher up on the circuit. And just as we enter into sector 3, it's a very twisty, downhill, tricky part, the winding section of the circuit before we finish the lap. Now, before we continue on to the race, this is the standings after round 1 that we had at Velo Park, with Gunner first on 60 points and T-Bets 82, which is Timmy 82 in this race. Second on 52, and Cuckoo in third on 44. You can see down the bottom at 11th, we got Dado Racer, Monkey, G-Dude and Colonel Lloyd, both with a DNF, and they received half points from the championship standings. That was a double point round, so it cost them a little bit not getting to the end in the opening round at Velo Park, but obviously we'll see how things all go tonight. We'll say tonight on this race replay, sorry. Now we'll just have a look to see how the standings of the qualifying were. We had Zach 18 actually on pole with Gunner on second alongside him, Cuckoo third, and Monkey outside on that second row, Highlander and Timmy on the third row, Dado Racer good qualifying in fourth on the fourth row, and seventh with Kiss beside him. Fish Racing 3 substituting actually for Mark and Dogs in ninth position, with Scar 666 in 10th. And at the start of the sixth row, we've got Zaki 3 and Lockie 55s, and Lockie 55s was substituting for Colonel Lloyd. And then we had G-Dude and Stu in the final position, substituting for Woody Lizard. So hello Jabo, so my name's Neil Haynes, and we'll go through this race replay. And so we'll start the run now, as we got Zaki 18 taking off. He didn't quite get to the 2x2 at the start. He's obviously jumped out and had this run early on, into turn run, with Gunner just holding station behind him. Happy to have a nice clear track at the start of the race. Now down here in third position, Cuckoo, as you can see, this is the section here out of sector 1, or sector 2, the uphill run. And Cuckoo, sorry, just settling there in the third position. Monkey, yeah, so Monkey, as we've seen here, in sixth position in the number 11 Helix car, Shell Helix. Missed the first round. He had one of the substitute drivers in for him. Lockie 55, so Lockie 55's has actually been running around different cars. So currently, as we said, he is helping Colonel Lloyd this time around in the 83 Crown racing car. He goes Scar 666 in the full-time sports car, the black Caltex Castro, I think it is, livery. Caltex, I think it was, sorry. Back up the front, we have Highlander in the number 10 showing some great pace early on, under a lot of pressure from Timmy82, known as T-Bets. Clear skies, light cloud for this race. As you can see, the guys are just working themselves into a little rhythm here for this 20-minute race. With a one extra lap after the timer has counted down, and also there is a mandatory stop for tyres they have. Plenty of action here as well, as we can see Dado Racer coming on through, looping around here at turn 11, sorry. Into the final big sweeping looping corner before they get on the start, finish straight. Now they have the option to use the push to pass button, and it was a very tricky circuit to when they may have actually taken the option, as Scar has come on into the pits as well. Looks like it could be his mandatory stop early on to get out of the issues in the Texaco car. But looking now at Gunner, putting a lot of pressure on for the lead of the race. Zach 18. Just behind him. As Kuku's trying to think to put a cheeky move on Gunner. Very hard through this twisty part. It looks familiar to the Laguna Seca corkscrew. Very tricky corner, this final turn 11. Rounded out, I think it was 15 corners generally, but round out to about 12 if we combine a couple. But the second last corner was very tricky. Some of the cars did spin around there during practice. Highlander also not too far away from the back of Kuku. Fourth, actually putting a bit of pressure into turn one. Maybe they this is an area where some of the faster drivers actually did utilise the push to pass, the boost button, to actually power the car up over the hill here. It's flat out. And it would have been tricky just getting the power on it out of turn 5. Didn't want to spin those wheels. To a 5-way train here, actually 6 cars within 3 seconds of one another. As you can see them all filtered down through this section of the circuit. Hopefully the cameraman can pick up Gunner as he... Oh, Gunner comes actually into the pits early, and also following him is Timmy82 by the looks of it. So they're taking an early pit stop here on lap 4 for their mandatory compulsory stop for tyres. As you can see, the undulations here at Velocita. And Fish is also into the pit lane as well. You can see all the boys in the pit lane. Up in front of him is just leaving now, it's Gunner, and we should start to see also Timmy out as well. So back to the action here up front as Gunner, oh here we go, Zaki's still leading this race with Monkey, the 2 shell cars. It's a good sight here to see the 10 and the 11 car battling out. Monkey just gets a little bit hot down into the tighter part of the corner, turn 7. would have all the time to readjust themselves after those pit stops. Taking a lot of curb through the twisty part of Sector 3. So Gunner is actually in the pit, so that'll all reset itself on the left hand side of your screen. Back down into 9th position. And trying to keep on the back of Lockie, who's actually starting to put a little bit of pressure on Keys at the same time. So the third of the Shell cars, they're very well represented here at AusNZ Combined Racing League, as Stu has been in and out of the pits. Kids just holding off Lockie and G2 in the 8th position. I think it's actually 7th position as the timing screens go a little bit crazy. Stu has come out of the pits, puts himself into P1. They're slowly catching the back of Dado Racer as well, so Dado's been doing a good job in the 111 Johnson car. All the official liveries in game from the 2009 Brazilian Stock Car Championship. Very tricky second last corner. And then onto the final corner into the starting straight. We might take the opportunity to take a lap actually on board here of Kiz. So enjoy a lap around Velocita as we hit up turn 1. Hard braking. Momentarily takes first gear. Up into third. It's pretty much, as you can see, feather in the throttle, trying to keep the pace up the hill. Avoid the wheel spin out of turn 5. Full throttle through turn 6. Kink. You see little monkey signs for the braking mark. It's fairly interesting to see them. We'll try and, oh no, moment for Kiz. So he's actually, and it sounds like he's stored it at the same time. So he's in a very dicey situation here with the other cars trying to get through as Gunner is able to get through. So the cameraman getting a little bit track where everyone is at the time, but we'll try and get another view on the cars shortly of the lap around as Zaki and Lockie all come into the pit lane. As you can see, it's a very slow entry. 50 kilometres an hour feels like an eternity for these drivers. As you can see, so they've got the mandatory stop where they must stop and get at least 2 tyres. Or they can get the 4 tyres on. It's really up to the individual drivers. And we'll just see, obviously, if Lockie can actually, looks like he may have actually leapfrogged Zaki through. Yes, he has. So that's a very good job by Lockie 5.5. Substituting for Colonel Lloyd, having a good run in these cars as Highlanders still stage in front of Monkey in the second of the Shell cars. Just trying to pick up to see where there are some good battles. It looks like at this stage, obviously Lockie coming out early with the Cuckoo. Actually having a little look to take Zach 18. That was a bit strange. Zach 18 seems to have maybe he was pass from Cuckoo to take the lead of this race. Zach 18 has been doing a good job out in front. Majority of the field now taking the opportunity mid-race to take their mandatory stop up through this roller coaster section. Great battle for the lead. Zach 18, nice pressure. Up into the tight hairpin of turn 7. Now it's a big run. This is a section where the track just drops away now into turns 8, 9 and 10. A little corkscrew section. Hard on the brakes. Oh, maybe just pinching the front left. Able to pull it up. Cuckoo. 110 Cavallero sports car is... Zach 18 goes straight into pit lane to take his stop. So it looks like Cuckoo's and G-Dude may be the only two still waiting to take their mandatory stop. So effective leader could be Gunner in 6th position. He was one of the first to stop. Actually, Timmy 82, I believe, is actually officially... he came in with Gunner. So Timmy could be actually leading this race at this stage. Outstanding job in Highland, right on the back of Gunner. So Gunner is the man leading the championship into this first race. For round 2. As I said, we've got the feature race coming up shortly, which is a 40-minute race plus the 1 lap. At this stage, Gunner's got a little bit of work with Timmy 82, and we'll wait to see where Zach 18 actually comes out on track. Here he is here now. The car's off the road, I think, just this section here. Oh, and it's Timmy 82, so he's had a moment, I think. How this is all panning out. The timings are all over the shop in this game at the moment. Commentator's worst nightmare. So not 100% sure. This actually could be the live results at this stage, actually, with Cuckoo here now showing out in front on lap 11. So T-Bets has dropped down into 6th position, so I think he was a spinner, so it's cost him dearly. So it looks like Fish Racing 3 is actually retired at this stage. His timing is very, very out at the moment. Get ourselves organised, ready to do a lap on board the number 10 Shell V-Power. Shell Helix Ultra Car of Highlander 1777 as he tries to chase down Gunner in front of him. Gunner's driving the number 8 Hot Car Competicion's car. Perfect conditions out there for the guys here at AusNZ Combined Racing League. You can find us with all the links on our Twitch channel, to our website, also Discord, also on Facebook, ANZCRL. So we'll pick up now onto the roof cam of Highlander as he takes his run down the start-finish straight and chasing down Gunner in front. Have a look at the monkey signs. He's got the eyes open, thinking about it. Oh, and he's got hands closed up there with the braking markers. It will probably seem a little bit closer in Sector 2. As This is a nice little part of the circuit, as we said earlier. Do this little section of 3 and 4 up the hill. You can see how they get a little bit light. You can hear the transmission whining as it gets light. So have a little look at the monkey's head over the ears, over the eyes of the 50-metre board. A little bit of character here for the Brazilian Stock Car Championship. And this is now the section, as we were saying before, the little corkscrew downhill run, turns 8, 9 and 10. It's got to manage the power through this long turn 10. Got to be careful not pinching the rear brakes here, turn 11. A lot of cars at practice have looped around this part of the circuit. Avoid the wheel spin. As you can see, Gunner, I should say, just have a little bit of a wider line to try and limit wheel spin and get a good run back down the start, finish straight. So that's a lap around Velocita on board Highlander. Now Zaki 3 is chasing down Lockie 5.5s. Just in front of them is Dado Race, as you can see. Nice looking car, the number 3 by Paranga Racing. Car of Zaki 3. Scars 666 is actually doing a tremendous job as well in the Texaco car, and that is known obviously as the Full-Time Sports car. Teaming up with Dado Racing, he's just behind him in 8th position. Basically, like the time's running out here, so this could be probably another 2 more laps before the end of this race. Oh, he's having a little bit of difficulty. That's that turn we were saying, the second last corner. Official liveries look good in the game here as well. Some good points on offer here for Scar 666 in 6th position if he can continue on. As we said, he was currently 10th in the championship after having a bit of a horrid round. He actually had it on pole the first round, put it on pole in the wet conditions of qualifying at Velo Park, and came unstuck under the hour-long race. Trying to pick up immense here. Oh, bit of a moment there, running dip, picking up the rear brakes as well through the downhill section. Now he's going to have to wait because I believe there's a few cars that need to come through. Here comes his teammate in Dado Race. He's dropping a ton of places. Oh no, Scar 666. So disappointing. Oh no, so after all that hard work to get himself up into 6th position, it's handed Timmy 82 a clear run with maybe one or two laps remaining. I believe this timer is actually, they're probably on their last lap now as we speak. So it's the 1 lap after the timer has run out. We don't have the actual timer available. Maybe we did with the timer remaining, I just haven't had that up properly. But there you go, so it is actually the last lap. this man Gunner is going to make it 2 from 2 after taking out the first round. Oh, he's flirting with a little bit of danger, jumping those curves. We saw how Scar got looped around, but I think it was more pinching his rear brake at that section of the circuit more than hitting curves. But again, a faultless drive by Gunner. He was under pressure at the start, but his pit stop strategy, he absolutely trumped everyone else there on the field. But I tell you what, Highlander's done a great job in second position. Cuckoo's not that far behind, within 3 seconds of this leader, so they're all coming filtering down this main straight. Great run by both the top 3 place skaters, and Cuckoo in third. Monkey, nice run in 4th position. Top job. So a Shell Helix 2 and 4. And Timmy coming home for that lucky 6th position after unfortunately Scar and Lockie just holding out Zachy 3 on a hard charge at the end of the race as well. And here comes Scar. You'd be a bit disappointed with that on the penultimate lap, spinning out. G-Dude in 11th. Haven't seen much of Stu as he's coming on through. Actually in front of Kiz at this stage, but we do believe that he's got a 10-second penalty over his head, so Kiz is not that far behind as we see. And oh, Stu's having a bit of a moment on the final corner. The run to the flag. Stu helping out Woody Lizard, picking up some valuable points. But there you go, Kiz comes home and will actually probably leapfrog onto the back of Stu in position. So we'll just have a look at the results screen. We'll pull that up, and you can see there. So Gunner 180 after 15 laps, taking out the victory after being qualified second on the grid with Highlander. Probably a great performance there. 5th on the grid, up into 2nd position. They'll be happy with that. Cuckoo in 3rd, as we said, and Monkey, what a great run from there. Started in 4th, held it all through the race, and great job there. Zach 18 dropped from pole position down to 5th. He will be a bit disappointed there, but not too far. 8 seconds off from the lead of the race. So he was there or thereabouts. T-Bets, as we've seen, with also the the fastest lap of the race with a 1:27.740. So good result by T-Bets. Dado Racer in 7th. Lockie 5.5, as you can see, substituting for Colonel Lloyd in the number 83. Crown Racing in 8th. Zachy 3 in 9th. Unfortunately, Scar 666. He was up in 6th position and dropped it going through the corkscrew section in 10th. G-Dude 66 in 11th. Kiz did jump in front of Stu with that 10-second penalty. And unfortunately, Fish Racing with a DNF, believe he did have an accident as well, which we didn't catch, but 8 laps, and you can see he only gets the half points for not being a runner at the end of that race. So there you go. We'll end the stream and we'll set up the second stream for race 2, so we won't be too long. So look forward to seeing you very shortly.